to a fork in the road. Making a choice which way ahead isn't easy. As you stare into space, there comes a voice in your head, and then you know the way to go. The choice is not made lightly. You're often full of doubt, but even in the darkest moments, He is here. There are men who have seen things they shouldn't have seen, so making a choice which way ahead isn't easy. I was one of those men, lost and wandering around, till a voice in the night showed me.
For tonight's choir practice.
Good evening, Patrick. I think we may be a little late. I can hear they started without us.
Glad I've run into you. Have you heard anything about the new priest?
Well, I was told he's a cross between Robbie Williams and Brad Pitt.
In your dreams? Priests are only like that on the telly or in plays.
Oh, I don't know about that, Patrick. I was told he was only ordained a few years ago, and that this is his first parish, so he must be quite young.
Well, compared to our last priest, anyone would be.
Father Paul wasn't that old. I was a great admirer of Father Paul. He'd be a hard act to follow for anyone. What a thing, Patrick. Who is Brad Pitt?
He's the American actor. He's a bit of a heartthrob. I mean, when you live in a convent...
Sounds gorgeous. I hope Father likes my hair more.
Look, being gorgeous isn't going to help him understand the young or do something about them. You know, I see more and more kids just hanging around on street corners at night. That's going to lead to trouble.
Yes, well, I just hope he doesn't come crashing in with all new ideas and changing everything Father Paul did. Wouldn't you right?
Well, I hope he's like Father Ted. We could do with a bit of laughter around here.
Father Ted? Now, who's Father Ted?
The Irish one on the telly. You know, with Dougal and Jack and Mrs. Doyle.
Yes, you mean the Vicar of Dibley. Oh, I do so love that programme.
No, that's Dawn French.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Anyway, I'm sure it won't happen. Our priest told not to make any changes in the first year.
Well, they may be told that, Patrick, but they always do. I remember one priest who changed everything in his first week. Mind you, he went within 2 years.
You mean you changed it?
Stop that! Come on then, Bible basher. Make it! See? Hold on, son. Hello? Ambulance, please. Quickly. Hello, I need an ambulance to Woolston High Street. Opposite the post office. A young man has been stabbed. He's bleeding fast. Please hurry. Come on, lad, stay with me. I really need to talk to you.
Michael, what on earth is the matter?
Yesterday evening, as I was leaving church, a young Muslim lad came running round the corner, followed by this other thug. He just started hitting and kicking him. I shouted them to stop, but then he pulled out a knife and he went for me.
What happened?
Once he realised I could handle myself, he ran off, but he left the lad in a pool of blood. I called for an ambulance and stayed with him until...
You consider my offer yet, Doyle?
I wouldn't work for you if I was starving.
It's easy money. All you have to do is supply my goods to your mates. Even the Asian kids will buy stuff. Easy money, Doyle. And don't tell me you can't do with the extra cash.
Push your box. How many times have I told you? I'm not interested in working for you.
I can make things very difficult for you. And your father.
Leave my father out of this.
My employer does not take kindly to people or their families who refuse to work for them. It'd be a great shame if that had been happened to his pub.
How are you settling in?
Well, I've still got a few boxes to unpack, as you can see, but I'll get there eventually.
Good. I bought you some of my homemade cakes as a welcoming present.
It's It's very kind of you.
Your predecessor, Father Paul, was always partial to my almond slices.
What's he now?
Yes, every week I'd pop in with some little treat for him. Mind you, Father Paul wasn't one for looking after himself, so I do little bits of shopping for him and tidy the house, you know. I could do the same for you, Father. All you need to do is ask.
No, I prefer to do my own shopping. I couldn't ask you to tidy up after me.
Oh, it would be my pleasure. Ever since my Harold passed away, God rest his soul, he wasn't a Catholic, but he was a wonderful man. I've kept myself busy doing God's work and helping my parish priest.
Tell me, do you have any family here?
No, I'm sorry to say, Father, we were never blessed with children.
So, thank you for your kindness.
I wonder, have you been fully briefed about the problems here at Bristol?
Well, I've heard very few details, but there does seem to be a lot of tension between youth and parents in general.
Over the past year, the youth problem has been rapidly getting worse. We in the Muslim community, well, we're trying our best to keep control. But we are a small part of the problem. What we need is the community to come together to stop the situation from getting worse. And that is why I'm here to seek your support, Father Mike. To help resolve some of these difficult times.
I will do whatever I can. What do you suggest?
Well, I've spoken to my board of trustees, and they are prepared to allow me to work with other organizations here in Boston to try and put an end to these racial intolerances.
What do you see as causing these intolerances?
The usual. Prejudices, ignorance, jealousy, lack of opportunity.
This Asian kid that copped it a few days ago, was he one of your runners?
Well, sort of. Little shit started me about a couple of months ago.
And?
And well, got in debt. See you now, I sorted him out.
Sort him out, eh? So why is he in a box? Very clever, not one of your better moves.
It was an accident. Well, this bloke came over and, well, things got a bit out of hand.
And what?
Well, the kid ended up with a knife in him.
This bloke, as you call him, he's a Bible basher, a Catholic priest. Now, how did it get so out of hand?
Well, I don't know who he was. At first, I thought it was filth. Then he started laying into me like it was Bruce Lee.
Father Jim would have approved. Oh, so you do remember me? Thought you'd wiped me from your memory completely. Really? Well, you never replied to my letters or returned any of my calls. It was only Father Jim who kept me informed. Michael? Michael, you talk to me. Couldn't or wouldn't?
Couldn't.
Right, so you couldn't speak to the woman who you loved so much and was going to marry, and then you ditched it to become a priest.
Didn't understand then, and you don't understand now.
You know what? You're right about that.
Thought I had a plan down to the last detail. I was yours and you were mine and mine alone. The summer's long and winter's warm, with fires burning and soft music playing all around our home. This was no dream, I had it once. We shared a life as many do. I've no more dreams, I've lost them all. Used all my dreams on you.
Good morning, Father Lester. My name's Steve Chapman. May I come in? I was hoping for a moment of your time.
Please do. I don't recall seeing you at St. Anthony's.
That's not surprising. I'm not a member of your flock. As it happens, I'm not a member of anyone's flock.
Well, how can I be of assistance?
Well, I'll come straight to the point. I've lived in Worston a long time. I own a number of businesses here. Local council. Now, one of my companies has recently bought the hall.
Well, I hope you'll continue letting us use it.
Well, unfortunately, that will not be possible.
I'm sorry, but what do you mean?
Like I said, you can't use it. I plan to knock it down and build offices. As soon as the deal comes through, your little club is listed.
I'm afraid I don't really like your tone.
And I don't really like priests who stick their nose in things that I'm not very concerned.
Mr. Chapman, I don't understand.
Oh dear, perhaps I'll have to make myself clear.